This is the ship that I've used to rank up the EMP skill. It's basically a Dirge 3 with some modifications on it. Obviously I upped the reactor to a B class. Did slap some of these shields on. But other than that, it's the basic, it's the same engines. And it's that grav drive. So for weapons, and that's why I went up to a B class, so I could get 3 of these, more than enough for doing what we need to do, which is basically kill all the ships but one, and then strip the shields off the last one. And then for the EMP, I went with these 2. So basically, I hop from planet to planet until I find a group of ships, and I take down all of them except the last one, and then I strip the shields off and face hug it and just blast it with the EMP until it dies. And that's how I got the 4,000 points. It's the only way to really do it consistently and reliably. But that's the build. It's basic ship, nothing super fancy. But as built, it's got a mobility of 100, top speed of 150. So that really kind of helps me maneuver around. So now I'll head on out to, I usually go to level 10, level 15 systems. That keeps it relatively easy for the kind of the grind aspect of it. You can make it as challenging as you want, but if you stick to the lower level systems, I find below 10 they don't really spawn starborn or any ships really that make it worthwhile. So 10 or 15, level 10 or level 15 seems to be the sweet spot for this grind. All right, let's head out. Okay, I am going to narrate this part. I found some starborn. The screen was flashing, going blurry, so I knew they were here. It took me a little bit to find it, so I skipped to the part where I actually found them. So I'm just kind of flying up to them now. I'm going to get within targeting range where they actually show up on the scanner as being able to target. It's usually about 6,000 or just under. Now what I do, once I get the first one targeted, which is generally the closest, I'll start going into just a standard reverse. I'll draw them into about 3K and then I'll start engaging. Now I'm just going to drop the first one. And as you can see, these weapons are more than adequate at these lower level systems. I'll take down the second one and then I'll immediately go toward the first one. I'm getting close, take your shields down and immediately start blasting with the EMP. Stay behind him, and then once his engines are down, I lock him so he can't turn and face me. That way he can't fire. Now it's just a matter of continually EMP blasting him over and over and over. I'm not going to speed it up, I just want you to see how long this really takes. It takes a long time. But it's the only way that I've really found to get the EMP damage. Now when I started I was at 3,600, and you'll see here in a bit that I'll actually hit the 1,000. So with this method, you get between 350 and 450, 460 damage points per round with these guys. So usually two or three rounds, and that'll be 1,000. But it's long and tedious. But once you get them locked like this, even if you're in front of him and he's shooting you, eventually you'll knock out all of his weapons, and it's just a matter of you sitting there pressing the button over and over until he dies, really.
Enemy engines down, Captain.
I think when they actually did these achievements, they weren't really thinking about what we would have to do to get it. I think they just picked arbitrary numbers like they did for the lasers or the particle beams. 4,000 is a lot to do with EMP. Now, could you add more EMPs? Maybe, but as you can see, the two I have maxed out at 12 bars. So I don't know if you can get much more damage per shot with the different kind of configuration with EMPs. That I don't know. And I wasn't willing to mess around building the C-class ship because I wanted to keep the mobility and maneuverability pretty high so I could maneuver. There we go. So, and I just hit it there, and he's still not dead yet. So that was 36, so that's about 400 points, give or take, right there. And I still have a ways to go before he's completely dead. But it's just, it's tedious. But the increase that you get at rank 3 is pretty good. At rank 4, you get a chance to immediately disable the engines, but I don't really want that. I like to take their shields down and position behind them, because if you immediately take their engines down, the game mechanic, they spin and they're always pointing at you. So I might just leave this at rank 3. So it's just blasting and blasting and more blasting. And there it is. So I can pause this here. Where's my... But yeah, when I started, I was at 3,600. Let me go back to where that was. Yeah, 3,616. So just over 3,600. So that was 400 points, and he wasn't completely dead. That's what you can expect per round. So I hope this video was useful. It's the fastest way I found to grind the EMP skill. Maybe there's a better way. If somebody else knows a better way, be sure to let me know in the comments. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching.